Servus, this is Vincent Kompany.
Welcome to Munich, Vincent. Have a good start. Are you ready for some questions?
I'm ready, bring it on.
How does it feel to be the new head coach of FC Bayern?
First of all, it's a privilege, it's an honor. And but I'm excited, so my feeling, my energy is really positive. And yeah, I'm looking forward to work with the players, with the staff, and hopefully give everything that the fans love to see about the club.
What kind of football do you stand for as a coach?
I think if you stand for something, you always have to stand for something that's close to who you are as a person. I grew up in the streets of Brussels, and so we love the ball, we're creative. I like players who are brave on the ball. But also I was always a very aggressive player. So I like the team to be aggressive. I like the team to be also brave in being aggressive. And that's what suits my personality.
How do you see FC Bayern and what are you most looking forward to?
I see FC Bayern as it's an institution, and but what I'm looking most forward to is the simple things. Working with the players, working with the people inside the building, creating something that is described as a team. The very simple things. I don't think you have to make it more complicated than this, and after that the rest will follow.
And here is Felix Fischer, Sky Germany reporter, joining us live from the Bayern Munich training base on the Sebener Straße. Guten Abend aus London. Good evening. What's the reaction been in Munich to Vincent Kompany's appointment?
Hello and good evening. I will tell it in English. So the reactions weren't, everybody wasn't that surprised, of course, because the signing was just a question of time, and we knew some details, for example, that the contract is going to go until 2027. Bayern confirmed that now, but of course there's a lot of relief. The fans, I was speaking to a few of them, they are really happy, and the bosses are of course also really happy. There were phrases of them saying that Vincent Kompany is a great coach and he's a great guy, and I think that is really important for Bayern Munich. You said all the names that they tried to get, and now they finally got someone, and in my opinion, or it is my impression, that they are really happy with him, and of course they want to have a bright future with him, and they actually want to have a future and not having to change the coach again after a few months or so. So that's the plan now for Bayern Munich.
Been a really frustrating time for the bosses at Bayern Munich, because they're not really very used to people saying, no, I don't want to come and be coach of Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it is. We heard that Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, the former boss, and he still has a lot of presence here at the club. He was talking to Pep Guardiola, and he said, well, did you think about Vince? Did you think about Vincent Kompany? And the Bayern bosses said, oh, well, that may be a good idea. And so they asked him, and he convinced them that he has a great idea how he plays football. He wants to have the ball. He wants to be aggressive. He plays with a 4-2-3-1 that fits the Bayern system. And so they thought it may be a really good option. And yeah, as I said, they seem to be really happy about it. Tomorrow he's going to explain what he wants to do at 10 a.m. your time, and I am quite interested in how he speaks, what are his plans are, and if he speaks German, because he was in Germany playing for Hamburger SV. Let's see how good his German is. Yours, I heard at the beginning, is pretty good, obviously.
That's very kind of you. Until that conversation with Pep Guardiola, are you saying that Kompany wasn't really in their thoughts? He wasn't on their first shortlist?
Yeah, he wasn't. As you said, they tried Alonso, he wants to stay at Leverkusen. They tried Nagelsmann, he wants to stay at the German national team. Ralf Rangnick, Oliver Glasner, and so on. And, well, finally they came to the conclusion that Vincent Kompany, as I explained, might be a good option. And now they are just, they're feeling a lot of relief. They're feeling happy with him. They are really feeling happy. Being able to present a new coach, that was their most important point, of course. And now they can actually plan a new season. They can plan which players they don't really need anymore, or which new players they want to sign. They can speak to Vincent, and he's going to have a good time. The European Championships are going to start in about 2 weeks, and that time until then, and when the European Championships are played, of course they want to use the time, plan a lot, and bring on a great team for the next season.
Will there be any players, do you think, amongst those big names in the Bayern squad who will need a bit of convincing, a bit of persuading that this man, who's, let's face it, very inexperienced as a head coach, is the right man to lead such a giant club?
Well, of course, there are players that are really, really experienced, like Thomas Müller or Manuel Neuer, that are nearly as old as Vincent Kompany is. But I think his presence and his... We saw him speaking in the dressing room, for example. I think that really helps convincing those players. And he knows Leroy Sané, for example. And I think Leroy Sané will have some positive words about him as a colleague in the team, but maybe also as a coach. There are a lot of positive things that were said about Vincent Kompany. And now he's going to tell the players what his ideas are. And I'm pretty sure he will be able to convince them.
And I guess the target is pretty clear for Vincent Kompany. He has to win the Bundesliga back.
Yeah, it is. Bayer Leverkusen won it. Nobody expected them to be that good in that season. And now, of course, it's a target. But I think the bosses may be a little bit more patient with him than with the coaches before, because first they know that he's a young coach and he needs also some experience at such a big club. First, and second, they want to build like a legacy. They want to have a new coach that can really develop the players and can develop the squad and the club, and really can be someone to look up to, someone to represent the club in a perfect way. And that's going to be the target. But of course, in Munich, you have to win titles. You have to win the Bundesliga at least pretty soon, and you have to have at least a little bit of success in the German Cup, of course, but also in the Champions League. That's what Bayern Munich wants.